Hey y'all, it's Corey with Everyday Man, doing everyday reviews for everyday people. And today we at Lowe's, we're buying a toilet. So my toilet at the camp broke. We're gonna show you how to buy a toilet, how to replace it, and what you need. And we'll get with it right after this. So when y'all buying a toilet, the one thing you need to look at is, well, for sure, is that you want to make sure you have a wax ring in it. That's going to be vitally important when you're changing out your toilet. Now, as far as your preference for a toilet, I'm a big guy, so I got one with an elongated seat. And I also got a chair height toilet because I'm a big tall fella. So you want to make sure to get the one you want. If you're a shorter person, get the regular height, standard height. And there's also a round bowl. So like I said, this one's elongated, we have the wax ring, and we got chair height. So we got picked out what we want. So let's get it to the camp and get it changed out, and I'll show you guys how that goes. We made it from Lowe's, we got the toilet we want, so we're gonna get it unloaded, and obviously the first thing we're gonna have to do is go take out the toilet that's in the bathroom now. So we'll see you inside here in just a bit. Let's go. So first things first, we want to make sure the waters are off. That's important. Well, I know the water's off to this one. This one is like the bottom is broken out of it. So what happens is we don't stay here during the winter full time. We only come up on the weekends hunting, and it gets so cold inside of here. If you leave water in the toilet, it freezes and busts. And that's exactly what happened. So what I do before I leave to winterize is I actually take the plunger and I push all the water out of the toilet to make sure there's nothing in here that can freeze. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. This is going to be pretty simple. These are just thumb screws on this toilet, so I don't even need a wrench. Now we're going to need a channel lock to disconnect our water line. Piece of broken toilet. Now one thing I did not buy was a toilet flange, so I'm hoping the one under here is in decent shape. It's actually a hand wheel on the water also. All right, so we're officially ready to take it out. Let me go ahead and do that. And it's as simple as that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here, and I'm going to show you how to replace the wax ring. The toilet's out. It was really easy to do. Like I said, it was just thumb screws holding it down, which is nice. Makes it quite simple. But this is what broke out of my toilet. You can see here. This is what happens when you leave water in a toilet and it gets really cold. We're going to go ahead now and unbox the new toilet. We're going to get it out. Now this thing's supposed to come with a wax ring in it. I'm hoping it does because I didn't buy one. And as soon as I get it unboxed, I'll drag it in there and I'll pull out the old wax ring. Now that's really the funnest part of this job, the old wax ring. All right, looks like a toilet. We do indeed have the new wax ring. So the toilet comes in two pieces. We are going to have to put it together. Would be nice one day if somebody put something in a box that was already put together. Would be nice, but it ain't gonna happen. Oh, there's something heavy in there. The lid. The lid for the toilet. All right, now we have a toilet that is not broken. I think the lid survived the fall. And a toilet seat, guys, and that's about it. So let me go ahead and put this tank on here. Should be very simple. We got some little thumb screws on the bottom. And this, very simply, this big hole is going to sit right here in this big hole, and these screws will go right through there. We want to leave the washer on the top. Let me find the screws again. Now we can screw our tank onto the base of our toilet. Now we're going to go in the bathroom and dig out a wax ring. Good times for Corey. So what I'm going to attempt is I got a garbage bag. I'm just going to turn it inside out. And then hopefully I can just grab this wax ring and work it out of there. And then it'll already be in a garbage bag ready to throw away. That's the plan. Let's see if it works. I don't find my plan is working. Can't get the, oh, here we go. Now we got it. All right. So that worked extraordinarily well. In fact, the wax part is really so thin on here, I'm just going to leave it. But I did get the flange out the middle. So now we're just going to have to put another one in. And we'll smash the toilet down on it. That's what creates your seal, is the wax up against the bottom of that porcelain. So I'll show you that here in a second. So we got the new wax ring. And this is going to be really simple. We're going to unpackage it. And when you open up your wax ring, it's kind of obvious which direction it goes. It's got a little funnel. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got a little funnel on the bottom. It's got a ring of wax on the top. And what we don't want to do is put it upside down, because then we've created a turd catcher. And we really don't want that. We want to keep it, the funnel pointed down, and this toilet is going to seal against this wax ring. So it's going to sit in there just like that. And we'll put the toilet on and be basically done with it. It's really that easy. It's not hard to do, but we'll show you the rest of it. In my haste to put the toilet together, I forgot to put the seal between the tank and the toilet, so I got to pull it back apart real quick. So this will sit between the tank and the toilet. Maybe if we look at some instructions sometime. Alright, so we're going to put this down on here. Or should, no, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to sit it in here and sit the toilet down on top. Oh no, that actually fits the nut. Okay, so it goes all the way over the nut. So we're going to put it on first. Okay, yeah, that works. So this is what's going to hold the water between the toilet and the tank. Now, Now we got a seal. So we're going to tighten the thumb screws back up. And I don't know if I've showed you guys any plumber's crack as of now, but I gotta imagine you may just see some when I put the installer down. But we are doing plumbing work, so it's only fitting. It only seems right. So we want to tighten these screws down together. You want the toilet to be level, so you don't want to tighten them down too far on one side and not the other. And that's it. We got our toilet. It's still a little loose. So like I said, try and get them both equally as tight as each other. Alright, now we got something. Yeah, that's as tight as it's going to go. Alright, so let's move this thing over to the hole. So we're going to lift it up and try to put it on as smoothly as possible. And then we're going to rock it down until we get good contact. I'm going to use the new hardware instead of these old screws. So let me get that. I'll be right back. So I'm going to use the same thumb screws, but I will use the new washers. The only way to change out the screws on these toilets, I didn't even think about it, is to pull the flange out. But our flange was in good shape, so we're just going to let it ride. Apparently we ain't going to put the metal washers, we're just going to use the plastic ones. Apparently we ain't going to use that either. Apparently we're just going to put the bolts back on. These bolts are a little bigger than what the new ones were. I'll probably go to the hardware store here in a little while and pick up some larger washers. I don't like the idea of just these nuts being on there. But for the meantime, it's going to work. Now, as far as the seat goes, we're going to put that on here shortly. Really simple. It should be 2 plastic screws. Nothing to it. I tell you, it's much nicer hugging this brand new one than that old nasty one. So now, I'm hoping this water connection fits. Yep, it's the same size fitting on the water. And now all we got to do is turn the water back on and we'll be able to test it out. So I actually got to run out to my shed and turn on my water pump. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, we got the pump turned on. We're going to go ahead and turn this valve on and make sure we don't have any leaks. And while that's filling up, we'll go ahead and put the seat on. So I am using a socket to tighten up the nuts on this sink. I mean, tighten up the nuts on the seat, not the sink. But I'm not putting it on a ratchet. I'm just using my hands because I don't want to break this porcelain. So, like I said, I used the socket, but I didn't want to break it. So, the seat's on, and the toilet has filled up. Let's give it a flush. Okay, it is not leaking. The fitting's not leaking. That sounds better, Jim. You got it open now, huh? Good. So let me get out the bathroom. Go ahead and cover up the back of it with our new lid. And let's go outside. I wanted to go ahead and apologize for the sound in that video. I was trying out a new microphone and I didn't realize how bad the audio was until after, but I couldn't reinstall the toilet. But just so you know, this is a Movo boom mic. It's going in the garbage. Sorry about that, guys. As you can see, replacing a toilet is really easy. As long as the flange is in good shape and not broken, it's really simple. Once you have to start cutting out the toilet flange, it can be a bit more complicated. But that's it, guys. Don't be intimidated by changing a toilet. Don't pay somebody else to do it. The hardest part is carrying it. They are pretty heavy. Try and bring a friend with you. And guys, if you like the content, give me a thumbs up and think about subscribing. Oh, and don't forget that I do have these shirts in my store, and I'll have a link to that down in the description. And I also noticed that I did not have any plumber's crack, and that was due to the design of this shirt. These baseball shirts are pretty nice. Y'all go check them out. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all.